Hey there, thank you for joining in. In this video I will review the new FNIRSI FNB48P USB tester. I've reviewed in the past the FNB48, a superior model than this, but this one seems to be also very complete in terms of functions, so let's see how it goes. Before moving on and for disclosure, let me say that this item was sent by FNIRSI for review with no cost for me, and I don't receive any payment for making this review. Even so, I should thank FNIRSI for sending this item free of charge, and also all my viewers that through the channel affiliate links on the screen and also product affiliate link in the description have been sponsoring the channel. When you use these links before paying, and for a short period, I receive a small commission for your purchases on AliExpress and Amazon. I really appreciate your help and support by using these links. Enough chit chat, so let's start the review by the features highlights. Okay, so it's the unboxing hour. Let's start by opening this and see what comes inside. Okay, plastic out. The box, it's pretty good. The normal hard cardboard. So it has this small drawer that we have open. Yeah. And inside we have the FNB48. It's a bit smaller than what I expected. It's basically almost the same size of the FNB58. And to be honest, I was expecting this one to be a bit larger from the photos, but it seems it's not. So no biggie. Let's see what we have here. So the first impressions is that it's very familiar in terms of connectors. We have the Type-C in, also micro USB and Type-C auto. We have also the PD selector here. On the other side, the PC connector with micro USB. The same light, the knob for control, and the back button. We have also the USB Type-A output socket and USB Type-A input socket. In terms of size, as you can see, FNB48 is a little bit larger. The screen is bigger. So yeah, in terms of first impressions, that's it. Let's power this on and see what we have in here. Okay, so I'm gonna connect now the power cable. Yep. Let's start. Okay, in terms of the interface, this is a bit smaller than the FNB58. The information that you have on the screen, it's more or less the same. We have two screens. This one is the main screen, the dashboard. We have this screen, another one with data, plus and data minus information. We have the normal graphics, and I will show you all the graphics. The information of the cable, and for last you have this simple screen with voltage, amperage and watts consumed. And we are back to the main screen. So from the top we have here the time that is running and the day. You have the device temperature and also the curve 100%. This is the information group 1 of 10. In the bottom you have the minimum, the maximum and the average, and you have all the three values, the voltage, amperage and watts for each of these values. After a while, the screen will go black for saving. You have also on the second screen the trigger time, the trigger rec, and the cable resistance. This is 10K. The same values are present as I showed you before. You have here the data, positive or negative values, the voltages, and the protocols that we are using. We have the stop and none, and in the next screen we have the graphics. So if you use the knob and you have it here with long press to the right or long press to the right, or just press the OK, you can change the values. For example, to the right, long press, it will change to 20 milliseconds refresh. Again, this is half second, and if you leave it again, it's 1 second. And to diminish the value, just do the opposite. Oops, the opposite. Okay, so in terms of time, is this the way you change it? If you want to change, for example, the graphic, just press for a while. Right now you have data positive and negative, and the memory, and also the frequency. Okay, just long press this button, this knob, and you can change it. A short press, for example, it will stop the graphic so you can't see what is going on. Let's change it again. Okay, we are back to the voltage screen, and now let's pass to the other screen. In this one we have the cable measurement. For the cable measurement, it will allow you to see the reference voltage, the real voltage that is right now in the cable, and the difference. Also, you are able to see the cable resistance. This is a simple screen with a very short information. You have here the direction of the current. It's from one side to the other. Right now we have 5 volts entering. Basically no consumption because the amperage is basically without any usage, and the same for watts. And that's it. We are back to the dashboard, but we have some other screens to see. So one of them is in this screen. You just right press with a long delay like this, and you are able to see the battery capacity calculation. All of these tools on FNB48 were on a special zone with a menu for selecting them. But basically what this tool does is allow you to see, and here you have group 8. You are able to change the group for information, and you are able to see the information that you will have for charging and discharging a battery. All information will be recorded here. To go back, you just press the go back button and you are back to the same menu. If instead of going to the right you use the left long press like this, you are able to see the record list of the data logger, this small data logger. This information is also available on FNB48, but it's presented on another site. You have here the record list. You are able to change the group. For example, if I want to change to the group number 10, and as again, you just go back by pressing the back button. If you press this knob, the OK button, for a while, it will show you the menu for clearing all the information like this. You just press again and you are back to 0 with all status. Let me just, yeah. So in the second screen, if you press left with a few delay, you are presented with these charging tools. In there you have the PD listener that you can use. This does a little reboot, and it does nothing here because probably I will have to have something connected to the device. Let's go again. So you have the PD listener, read a marker cable, read dash cable, enable soft dash, and enable Apple 2.4a. But right now I will not enable nothing like this. I don't have any cables connected other than this one, but I don't think this will work, yeah, because it's not a marker cable. Let's see if it's read a dash cable. It's not also a dash cable, so it should not work, but you have all this info here for that. Okay, going back to this screen, and instead of long press to the right, let's do a long press to the left. And you see that we are entering in the high voltage, and you have this screen alerting. Okay, this is a familiar screen also on FNB48. You have the detection protocol. You can press to see which protocols the power supply supports. I think this one will reset in the end. Yeah, I don't know why it should be on that screen. And go back to the same page. Okay, and we are going to do exactly the same. We have Apple, Samsung APC, Huawei, FCP, I think, KC2, and yeah, it goes back to the same screen. Let's do this again. Oops, no, it's to the left side. Okay, so you have also the triggering for Qualcomm KC2, KC3, Huawei, FCP, SCP, Samsung APC, and PD triggering. Okay, enter PD triggering. Yeah, and you have it here. You can't output any of this voltage if you choose. Okay, so Samsung APC should be something similar. Let's see what we have here. No, it will not enter. Okay. We have KC3. Let's try this one. Okay, so you have minus 200 millivolts, so positive 200 millivolts. Okay, Huawei. Yeah, you got the idea. You can trigger any of these protocols, I think. You have a few of them here. So 11 functions. Let's go back, and if you press OK for a while, as always, it will clear the count. So going forward to the next screen, this one we already saw the graphs and how they work. This one will not give you any additional functions. So this one with the simplified information, if you press left with delay, you are able to enter a setup menu. You have the several functions like display bright. Okay, you just enter OK to enter the menu, and in this you have a lot of options to configure. For example, you have just sensor. Whoops, just sensor. It will change according the position that you are, and to turn on or off you can use this option. The start page, for example, on or off, it's always the same. So you have also the factory reset and the calibration, and also the reset calibration. So display brightness, you can change the level. Okay, and yeah, it's something like this. You can go back to the top. You have also for recording the curve rec time, lowest record time, energy record time, and clear all the records. For triggering, you have the triggering time, mask PD CRC, boot analog dash, and boot Apple 2.4a. And on the last menu, you have the number of runs, the serial number, and the software version for this device. And that's it. We can go back to the main menu. Yeah, and one more, and we are back to the main screen of the device when you enter the device. Okay, so let's connect something here to see what information we get. So now it's the time to connect something here. I'm gonna bring my mobile to the screen and let's connect it to see. Okay, and you can see on the screen that it's charging with nearly 8 watts, 1.4, almost 5 amps, and 5.18 volts. You have, as you can see right now, you have now the minimum, the maximum being updated, and also the average. The minimum, it's not being updated, I don't know why yet, but yeah, should be like this. Let's move on to the second screen. Yeah, in here we have now different options. You can see that the cable resistance is 3.9 instead of 9999 that we have before. Almost 4, yeah, it's 4 ohms. We have different values also here in the data positive and data negative voltage. Curiously enough, we have unknown protocol while charging, and we are using key C3. Let me just press, yeah. Let me try a different charger. So right now I'm using a different charger. Let's try again. In this charger we have the protocol Huawei SCP, and we have this one unknown, always changing. With this charger we are able to use almost 14 watts, 1.6, 1.7, yeah, and 9 volts while charging. So it's charging with much more wattage and also amperage. We have in here the voltage, and let's lower the speed, and the charge graphics. You can see the data grid like this, because not in this position it's hard to see, but in this one you can see the data grid also. It says it's 9.20 volts, the amplitude it's 0.01 volts and 0.01 amps. It's charging with 1.6 volts. Let me just change to data cable, and right now you have different values in here. Okay. Ma'am, it's still no changes, and you have here on the frequency changing. Let me stop this. Yeah, as you can see it has 220.31 kilohertz. So yeah, pretty nice. Let me just change again to voltage. You have the amperage below and the voltage above. Okay, the cable measurements now have a difference of 4.4 volts. The reference is 522. It's the real, it's 9.23. So it has a 4 volts difference. And this is the simple version of everything. You can see right now, the arrow, it's with one direction only. Right now it's outputting. So that's it. Okay, pretty nice. Let's connect this to my power bank instead. and see how it handles. Okay. This is a 20,000 milliamps hour power bank. It has high, as you can see, it's orange, high capacity output. It's outputting right now 9 volts. Even so, it is not able to take the wattage to 16 as you can in the power supply. In terms of protocols, it's using Huawei and FCP AEPC 9 volts. Okay, so pretty cool. Let's see here the frequency. The data positive, it doesn't change. Let's see the frequency. As you can see, the frequency before with the power supply was 220 kilohertz. Right now we are talking about 1.52 megahertz, so it's a much higher frequency while charging. Okay, and again the cable measurements, 12 watts, 1.3 amps, so it's getting near that. Yeah, and that's it. And okay, it seems to work also pretty well, connected to the power bank. So right now what I will do is to connect this to the PC and to the mobile app to see what we get there. Okay, to use the PC software, you just have to download it. For that, you go to support on FNIRSI website. And on support, you have several files that you can download. The first of all is the application. You have the application in here. It's the PC USB meter PC software version 0.0.6. And you have to download also the FNIRSI tester Bluetooth app and manual. So I already downloaded. I have my application in here, so I will start it. Let me take this out of the screen. Yeah, as you can see right now I don't have anything listed in here, so I will now show you. I will start by connecting here with a micro USB to the PC. This is the PC connector. As you can see, it was almost instant that information appeared. And also right now I have my phone charging again using this information. I will take this out of the screen so we can have a better view of the window. So in here in the PC software I already have this installed, so I didn't show this process. But I will leave here on the screen on this side the link to the FNB48 video, and you can see how we can install everything on that video. Install the application software on the PC and also the APK on the mobile phone, Android mobile phone. So right now we have here the application. It detected immediately what is the device. It detects as 48S, not 48P. We have the serial number and also the time that is working. Again, we have the protocol and the system with the same information. I already made a very explanatory and exhaustive review of this software on FNB48, so I will do a short review right now. To see here the graphics, you need to start recording, and for that you create here, press this button to create a new log, and then is just press the start button. And when you press the start button, it will start recording. You have here the information already being recorded. We can increase the time. let me just sampling rate. Let's put the sampling rate to the maximum and create again. And now we have a different speed and graphic. We don't need this so fast, so let me pass this to the, yeah, like this, to the middle. Create again, and yeah, this is enough. So right now you have here the values. You can activate while this is stopped. You can activate more options to appear there and display. Okay, so we are displaying right now everything we can. Let's create a new and start again. As you can see, you have all the options in here in the graphic. It's a lot of things. And you see here what is going on also with the values on this column. Yeah. You can save all the information. As you can see, it says record and display, and you have here the color selection. You can save all this information or open it. As I told you before, I have all this information already shown in another video that again is linked here at the top. Right now I will not dig too much into this. You have on the right side the information of the values, the voltage and the amperage and wattage and everything else, the protocols that are being used, the resistance, it's 8.8 ohms, and the temperature of the device. You can change to Fahrenheit or Celsius. Also some alarms that you can set. The protocol, you have here the smart triggering menu. You can choose the protocols, the voltage and everything else in here. And the system is where you are able to upgrade to a new version, new firmware version. I don't think I have here firmware for this device, so I will not be able to show you. But if I did, you just select the firmware like this. Okay, this is for other device. And start upgrading. I will not do that because I will crash this device if I do this operation. Okay, on the top you have a language selector, a few language, Portuguese, Russian, English, and the manual and the software manual offline in Chinese and English. So yeah, that's it. FNB48 and C1. It has here also for the multimeter, the C1 in here. I'm sorry, that is the S1. This is also USB tester. And the about with all the information and version for this. So that's it. I don't have anything else to show you here. I will connect now this to my mobile so we can see it, how it shows in the mobile. To show you how the app works, I'm gonna connect here the power supply charging. Let's connect to first the FNIRSI device and then the power supply. As you can see, it's already charging 18 watts. So right now I'm gonna open the application. He detects instantly the application. Don't forget that you have to activate the location, otherwise you will not be able to see the application. And okay, let's connect it. Yep. And now that's connected, let's enter in the application. I will not show you how to install all this. Again, you have here on the screen the video of the FNB48. In that video I will show you how to download and install the application for Android and also for PC. So take a look on that one, and I will only show you today how this displayed the info. After a while, this tends to diminish the light of the display to power save. So in this screen, you just press run. Okay, now you have in the screen the voltage, the power, as you can see on the left side. Also the D positive and D negative values, the protocol used, in this case Huawei SCP, and also you have several other options like trigger with 2 R's, if you can see there, and yeah, several options that you can use. To see the graphs, just press run and run again here on the middle. You can change between VA and D positive, D negative, just pressing these buttons on the top. Can activate the channel, or channel 1 or channel 2, and you can change the time division for the signal. So the application is pretty simple. We have also the battery cap here, application area, and you can have the clear. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Nothing much to show. The application is quite simple. You have also alarms that you can put into place. Every time you go to the entering screen, you have to press run again, otherwise it will not work. And also, if you want to graphs, you have to press this run in the circle in the middle. Okay, that's it. Nothing special here. Again, and one more time, if you want to see how to install the software, go to the FNB48 video. Okay, let's move on. To wrap this up, and as always, I leave my 5 cents on this topic, my opinion, and I should say that the FNIRSI FNB48P comes from a long line of USB testers from FNIRSI, and it's the successor of the FNB48S that still uses the old FNIRSI design instead of this cool metal shell. In terms of pricing, you can get it from 32 to 36 euros or something like 44 to 38 US dollars, and it depends on if you are buying it with or without the Bluetooth. This one, the blue, is with the Bluetooth. This makes it 7 to 8 euros cheaper than the FNB48, also from FNIRSI, but with a bigger display and a much more intuitive UI. In terms of functions, you can find in the FNB48P almost everything that you have on FNB58, but you will need to memorize some key combinations to get where you want to go. This makes it a bit more or less friendly in terms of usage. Setting those comparable details aside, the FNB48P with 6.5 amps support and a 6 digits display works pretty well. It is very fast to respond, and you have a complete set of functions to test USB powered devices and also USB cables. A device like this is always good to have in your gadgets toolbox to debug issues on USB devices or cables. So if you are on the market for a tool like this, please remember that you have the affiliate link to buy this device on the description, or you can use also the affiliate access links on the screen. Again, thank you for your help, it's really appreciated. And if you learned something and this video was in any way useful to you, please smack that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that bell to activate all notifications and be one of the first to be notified whenever I upload a new video. That's it for today. I really appreciate your company and I hope to see you in my next video. Until then, stay safe. Cheers!